Don't help me flow, let it go. 2025, baby, it's all about the know. I've been working, I've been building on my peace, clearing out the noise, yeah, my glow's unleashed. Every step intentional, every move divine.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Blended Voices with Tanya Ford, the creator and host. How y'all doing today? How you doing? It's almost the weekend. Don't even worry about it. Y'all had a terrible week. Don't worry about it. Weekend is almost coming. But I hope you guys did have a wonderful week and getting ready for. Hope you have some wonderful plans and for the weekend. And it's getting. I love that warm outside now. It's time for spring. All right. So let me tell you what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about, okay, keeping an old mindset. All right. So, and how that can trip you up from moving forward, from doing things because you have an old way of thinking. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to dive into it again. It's time to forward with Blended Voices. And we're going to be talking about having an old mindset, and we need to change that to new. So when I was doing my meditation this morning, and actually came up on the subject, and the subject was, you remember Luke 35:36 about putting the new wine into the wine skin, the old wine skin, and how it burst, and then the wine just ran everywhere. The thing about that was, so this is new wine that they're trying to put into something that's old. And when it get old, leather, it doesn't expand anymore. It hardens. So when you put the new wine in there, it just bursts. So we don't want to do that again, right? You don't want to do that. That's new. You need a new wine skin to put it in, which means you need to change your mindset. And some people will look at this, get it, and some people won't. I'm trying to help people that will listen, because without no risk, there's no reward. All right. Some people are so afraid to do things, to step outside of their comfort zone, that they're missing out on a lot of stuff that God has planned for them. I think about if I had never talking about a new mindset and talking about not being in afraid to try new things. Y'all know about my careers. I told you I've been over several different career spans, but that's because I wanted to do something else so I could always do it. So I did. Now, when I first moved from Michigan, this is the first time I was going to move to Indianapolis because that's when I had got the job as a stockbroker. And so I had to go to Indianapolis, find me an apartment, all of that kind of stuff. So I didn't know one person in Indiana. Not one in Indianapolis and anything, but I was so excited to go. When I got to Indianapolis, got my apartment, my job was up the street. Yeah, the first thing I do when I move to a new city, I always first thing is look for a church. I'm going church hopping. I ain't bar hopping, I'm church hopping because I need to find me someplace where I can go and just you need that sometimes. I'm not saying if you don't go to church, you're not a Christian or whatever your faith is. I'm just saying just being around people who's going to help lift you up, bless you, and that kind of stuff. So I always go church hopping first, bam. And then I love jazz. I love to listen to jazz. Well, I love to hip hop. I listen to everything, but jazz I do. So second thing, I want to listen to some jazz. Let me find some clubs or whatever, or just brunch with jazz, whatever. Let me find some stuff. So listen to the radio. Look up. You didn't have the internet. The internet back then. Did they have it? Oh gosh. That's so long ago. It's so crazy now because of the internet. But no, I don't think we did. I don't think we had the internet. We had cell phones, but I think MySpace would have been just developing or something. So anyway, and so then I'll go find something and I'll go to church by myself. I'll go listen to some jazz by myself. I will go to restaurants by myself. The reason I'm giving you these examples as far as how I would just moved here to Atlanta. I know a couple people, but not really close or anything like that. But if I hadn't changed my mindset, if I would have said, you know what, I'm not going to move again because I had moved to Indiana. And then I moved to Virginia. And I moved to Virginia because I remember I had my surgery and I was off for 4 months. And so a friend lived in Virginia and I went to visit and I love the water, you guys. I am a water person. You take me there, I'm good. I am so good. Everything is wonderful. And so I love the beach. I live 1 block from it and from Virginia Beach. That's where I live. And so love that. But that was in September 2004, a hurricane came through. Okay. From up north, baby, we don't do hurricanes. Not at all. We do tornadoes and snow and all that kind of stuff, but we do not do hurricanes. And they had a level 1 hurricane. And when I tell you, September 2004, by January 2005, Tanya had found a place, job. Well, went back to one of my careers in Atlanta. Okay. Case it out. But anywho, I wasn't even afraid to move here either because I know I'm a people person. I know I will get out, I do things, try new things, and I'll meet people. So you have to have that attitude that no matter what, you should, I'll do. I'm not going to say what you should do. I'm going to tell you what I do. Okay. If we have a mindset that we're not willing to change or willing to adapt to new things, you're limiting yourself because limited mindset is a limited lifestyle. If you don't try new things, if you don't change your mind or be open to new opportunities, to be open to relationships and everything, you can miss out on something really amazing. And I think about if I had not from Michigan to, from a career that was comfortable, I was doing well in. That's when I was doing a realtor. Yeah, I left that, came here because it was something, hey, I wanted to change. And so I wasn't afraid to do it. And if I hadn't moved there, I'll tell you, I have friends there to this day that I would never have met if I had not moved there. And same for Virginia. And I moved here in Atlanta. If I had not changed my mindset to say, okay, I don't like something, if something's not comfortable within me, I just say, well, what do I need to do to change it? And I just go do it. Now, it may be easier. Some people say, oh, maybe it's easy for you. No, it's your mindset. If you sit up here and think, I can't do something, guess what? You won't be able to. You are absolutely right. If your attitude is, I can't do it, that won't happen, you're absolutely right. So you stay over there with that mindset because I'm on the mindset of, I can do this. Okay. Now I'm thinking, do I do it? Because if you, it's all about how you list it in your mind, how it is. If you think I can't, see, that shuts everything down right there. So you're not even thinking of ways of how it possibly could be done because you just tell yourself you can do it. But if you say, I can do it, now your mind is on the, oh, okay, let's figure out, be creative. And now let's figure out some stuff, how we're going to get it done. Okay. So when they, people say, well, who was right? The person who said they were wrong or the person who said they was right? I said both of them because that's what they believe. It's what you believe and it's what's in your mindset. Okay. You want to change something about yourself you don't like, or if it's a habit or something that's holding you back in life, change your mindset. My company is called Life Legacy and Transformation, and I do get voices and that under that company, some other companies I have. But I named it Life Legacy and Transformation because things happen in life. We're born, you get married, you have babies, you have families, things are going to happen. You get sick, you get hit, you die, somebody it's happening. Okay? Life is going to be life. We're going to put it that way. It's just going to be life. Like I said, 10% is going to be life and 90% how you're going to react to it. All about how you're going to react to it. Now, life legacy, because legacy, I always talk to y'all, what I do, insurance, and I'm always talking about leaving a legacy. We have this even talks about it in the Bible. Leave your children an inheritance. You put that on them as far as if you don't have life insurance, or if you don't have, like I've been trying to tell y'all, my 3P workbook that has everything in there, but y'all been buying it and I appreciate it. That's good because it's going to help you out so much. It's going to help not you, but it's going to help your children out. It's going to help your loved ones out, your spouse and everything, because they don't have to make those decisions because you've already made it if you got into that situation. So thank you so much. And just everybody, just keep buying them. Thank you. So happy that I did move because if I hadn't, I wouldn't know the amazing people that I have met on this journey called life that are still my friends. Well, some are associates, some only get 4 friends. Okay, well, my circle is small. Um, I have some amazing people in my life, and I would not have met them if I had not been open to change. Okay, some people, y'all do not like change at all. And you're missing out on a lot of stuff because you have to move with what's going on. All right, so right now, like, you don't want to be using a pager when we got cell phones. You got to move with the time. But some people don't like change. And that keeps you, like I said earlier, limited mindset, limited lifestyle. And God did not intend on us to be living a mediocre lifestyle. He wants us to live in abundance. Okay? Don't you want to be there? You know, many people be like, nope, I'm just not going to do that. I'm scared. I don't know. With that thinking, you will be limited for life and you will miss out on you. You never know. I wouldn't have met my husband who I couldn't have dreamt this man up what I was praying for in husband. I wouldn't have met him if I hadn't moved here or moved those other places because everything that I did brought me to here. So you got to be open to change for new mindset. You know the definition of insanity? Keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result. Pretty much. And God may have told you, you've been with somebody 20 years. God probably told you, you should have left 19 years ago, but you still holding up. And for what? He told you to leave. You wanted to stay. And now you're somewhere and you're miserable. You're not happy with work and your job, your relationship, the kids. You're just unhappy about everybody. So then you want to go around and make everybody else miserable because you are miserable. I do know people like that. Okay. Those type of people are just like, no, yeah, I don't have to do this at all. No, I will not be your company in your misery. That's not going to happen. So let's always be open to change and to doing new things. Now, if it's something you don't like about yourself, like I just went through this transfer, of losing weight, I lost 40 pounds, still got 15, 20 more to go, but I had gained, and I've lost weight 3 other times. I lost 50 pounds 3 other times before this time. But this time it's gonna stay out. Okay. I want to live a long life and I want to be able to be mobile mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. So you got to take care of yourself now in order to be that way later. Okay. So I'm gonna keep that moving. All right. So couldn't have dreamt him up. He is amazing. He's absolutely amazing. I love him so much and he loves me. And it's no doubt in my mind, none, that this man got my back 100%, just like I have his. But I wouldn't have met him if I had not been open to change, to move, to go someplace else. You see, if you stay where you are and you just complain and complain about, I'm not happy here, all this is happening, I hate the job, I hate the dog, I don't like the people next door, all that kind of stuff, but you're not willing to do nothing about it. So why are you complaining? Don't nobody want to hear that. Okay? Come with a solution. You don't like it, change it. You can do it. You got the power to change. Starts up here in your mindset. Got to change your mindset first. Okay? Yeah. That was my opening. No, I'm just playing. I kind of a lot of stuff. You say, what opening? We gonna be here. But no, we're not gonna we ain't gonna be long tonight. Okay. I got some other special things I have to do. So I said, it's important. It's a changing world. Our world is changing all the time. So you have to change with it in order to keep up. Because if you don't, then you're going to be left behind. And then what? Okay, you can blame that on nobody but you. So I was saying about my company, Life, Legacy, and Transformation. Yeah, where I was. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's, to me, I always say 10% things are going to happen in life, 90%. How are you going to respond to it? That's the important part. Okay. I always talk to you about leaving a legacy. He talks about in the Bible, leaving a legacy. Okay. A legacy for your children and transformation. And then transformation is we should always be evolving, always transforming our lives, our mind. I have mentors. I paid coaches. I paid everything to teach me things that I can go further in life, and just always, you know what? You always be in a learning mentality, a reading mentality. Uh, sit up and we can watch TV all day, or we can sit through and go through social media all day long. But what have you done to change your mind to get you in a better situation? Or maybe you're in a great situation, whatever, but just something you didn't know, then now it's going to make you, knowledgeable. And it's like, I'd rather go through here. Yeah, I see ads on the, I'm not talking about ads when you go scrolling, okay? Talking about what's the last book you read? If I came and asked you, what was the last book that you read? Okay. I tell you, Worthy was the one I read. Okay. Because actually I just finished that one, and I'm about to start a new one. But read stuff that's going to enlighten you. Live large. Okay. You can do that because of your mindset. Now, don't sit up here and say, oh, well, you don't know where I came from and you don't know this and that. Yeah, y'all know where I came from. I've told y'all and what I've gone through. So I don't want to hear that. I really don't. That's just, you know what? But if you want to say it somewhere else. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. I'm not going to be here to be up with your pity party. Now, if you're willing to change your mindset and willing to be open, absolutely. I'm going to be in your corner. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. I'm going to push you as far as I can. And that's why I like being in a room with people who challenges me, who pushes me, who makes me want to say, okay, I need to do better here. I need to do better at this. You got to have those people in your life. You have to. It's like I said, the conversations are different. Everything is, but you got to change your mindset first to say, I have a problem where I don't like change, or I don't transition well through situations. Or if you can identify that, then you can change it. But if you want to sit up and just say, well, perfect and nothing's wrong with me, everybody else is crazy, then happy little world, okay? So we want to change our mindset. So let's talk about some things about the positives of changing your mindset and opening yourself up to change. Amazing the stuff you'll learn and you find out. And just like, oh, I learned something new today. Oh, I didn't know that. Keep doing that because you need to do that, because if you're transitioning or to another place or job or anything like that, you need to know how to network, how to be able to talk to people, how to work a room, type of things. And it's like, if you don't feel comfortable with that, the only way you get out of something that you don't feel comfortable doing is to do it. Okay, worst can happen. It depends on what it is. Okay, before I say what's the worst, depends on what it is. All right, we talking about nothing crazy, but if you fail, get up. When my siblings taught me, I cannot remember which one of y'all, my siblings taught me how to ride a bike. I don't know if it was my brother, my siblings, or my daddy. I don't know. Somebody taught me. But just like you get on that bike and you fall, you got the training wheels on, they keeping you safe and everything. But okay, you can take the training wheels off now. That first time when they pushing you and you doing it without the training wheels and you hit a little crack in the sidewalk and bam, you fell off. Okay, you fell. And it's like my family. Okay. It's like, you okay? Yeah. Then they're laughing. Okay, then it's fun. But fell off the bike. But you know what? I'm gonna get up. And they was like, you're gonna get right back on that bike. But no, I just fell. I don't want to get there. My knee, it hurt. Yep, and we're gonna take care of all that. It say, ain't that bad? They looked at it. Yep, just a little scrape. Get back on that bike. Okay. Yes. Things happen. It may not work out the first time, but you don't give up. And if you do run into problems, that's okay, because it's just making you stronger. Okay. Really, let me tell you some things that I did write down though, for if you do stay this area where you don't want to make your mindset change. Okay. Now, one of the things, lack of growth and stagnation. Okay. Without adopting a new name, pretty much individuals might face stagnation. Stagnation is just like you're just stuck. You on 285 at 5 o'clock on a Friday, and it's an accident. People in Atlanta know what that means. You stuck. So Are you going to choose to stay stuck, or are you going to change your mind and say, you know what? Let me listen to going on with the traffic. Okay, always bad here in Atlanta. So, but I saw first that I could take another route. So it would be shorter for me getting home. Let me do that. Something as simple as just changing your mindset. Oh, you're going to sit there in 285 or whatever the busiest interstate you have, or there's other options where you can take the side roads. That's the same thing with changing your mindset. Okay, you could have stayed, but you said no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to stay here. I'm going to find another way to get home faster or get to where I'm going. That's all it is changing your mind. And so that's one example. It's not changing your mindset because you changed your mind. Yeah, you changed your mind. You went another way because you could have been stuck there. So good. I'm glad you went the other way. All right. So you really do want to make sure you are keeping up with all the things that are going on, because you'll be left behind. Say you're out of job and they give you the opportunity to get promotion, but you have to take these classes before you do it. And you're hesitant and resistant from getting this promotion because you don't want to take the classes. But if you take the classes, then you get the promotion. So that's where I get confused with people. Okay, this is where you want to be at career-wise or whatever. First of all, maybe you don't want to be there. So I get that. But if you do, you can get a promotion. And hey, all you got to do, take these classes. We're going to pay for the classes, everything. You just need you to take it. And you're resisting it because you don't like change. Leave that right there. Okay. You have to get that ability to change all the time. Okay. I always say, saying a couple of weeks ago, always, if you're not happy with something, you have the power to change it. You and God. For God, I'm praying first. That's what I'm doing, praying. But you have to take your steps. You have to make up your mind that I don't want to live this way anymore. I don't want to have all this weight on me anymore. I don't like this job. I don't like hanging around some of the people. I'm going to have to get rid of folks. I don't like the neighborhood I live in. Whatever that may be, you can change all of it. So it's either change it or keep complaining about it. I always say there's talkers and there's doers. You're going to talk about it or you're going to do something about it. All right. I hope someone got something out of this today. Okay. I'm going to come back though with, I got something good for y'all. I ain't going to tell you. I'm not going to even say it. Ah! Right now in the time that we are in, this is not funny. With the government, this administration, we need to really be check on what we're doing. I think I did a reel about that the other day. Yeah, I did. Last week, I did the whole thing on that. Make sure our spending, we stop spending this much money. Sure that we have like our IDs, passport, ID. I'm thinking it's really sad that we have to do this because it's like in slavery, show me your papers. This is where they're trying to take us back to. Don't get me started with that. They have already taken us back so many years about women's rights and all the other stuff they're doing. But we need to get our stuff together. And so just, everything gonna be all right and you want to be the same thing. This is different. This is real different. And if you don't change your mind to start putting stuff in place, get stuff in order, saving money, you're going to get left behind, right? So hit likes if you like this content. I have so much more for you. Thank you so much for listening to me. Y'all could have been anywhere today but you're with me, and I appreciate that. Leave me some comments in here. If it's something in your life that you are stuck on right now, you need to move, okay? You need to change your mind just to move on. All right? So love y'all. Peace. Have a good one. Bye. And cut.